Hey, this sucks, huh? If you are like most people, you are stuck in your home right now, and you are stuck in your home with your children. God forbid you have more than one. You are probably stressing out. You're thinking, all right, I have to work from home. My kids have to learn from home. My spouse is here. She has to work from home. What in the world do I do now? I would like to be able to help you with this. This is less than an optimal situation by every possible way of looking at it. Now, what I can show you is something called Real World Workshop. It is a way of handling, managing, and leading independent work for your kid that involves the least amount of work possible for you, the least amount of time, and the least amount of energy. That's really helpful if you are trying to do expense reports or telecommute for doing meetings with your home office. You're going to need this if you're going to be able to be effective and not resentful of your spouse and not stressed out. And you might even be in a situation where you got a pile this thick of work that your kid is supposed to do, and you're thinking, how do I manage this? That's where Real World Workshop comes in. I use this Real World Workshop procedure while teaching first grade, third grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, seventh grade, eighth grade. I even used it when working with my college students. It's the most effective way of leading and managing independent work and existence. And it teaches your kids to do work for the same reason we do work as adults. Most of us do work for the reason that we need to get it done so we can do things we'd rather do. Sure, all of us have parts, or at least hopefully some of us have parts of our jobs that we actually really enjoy. But 99% of adults do 99% of work so that they can get it done and do things they would rather be doing. So what I'd like to teach you is this Real World Workshop for the home. I never thought about teaching it to parents until, as a first grade teacher, I had one of my first grade parents come in and say that her daughter had taught her how to use Real World Workshop at home, and they used it very effectively to manage and lead independent work. And I thought, wow, that really does work. And I started, and for the last 11 years, I have been teaching not only teachers how to use Real World Workshop, but parents. And at this time, with the virus going around and us being stuck in homes, there's never been a more important time for all adults to know how to do this. So if you feel like this is helpful, please share this with people. Let people know about it. It will really relieve a lot of suffering out there. So I want to show you, and by the way, we are broadcasting live from, broadcasting from my daughter's room, just because it has the best light. We don't have any of our production people. They're all at home with their own children. I'm just doing this on my phone with a tripod and a book holding the telephone up. But this is a word-for-word copy of what I gave my daughter yesterday to do for workshop. Just like in life, my daughter has things that she has to do and things that she might rather do once she's done with the things she has to do. The things she has to do are called nows. The things she would probably rather do are called laters. You see that all of these nows have bullets next to them. When you don't care in what order these nows are done, you should just put bullets. And that is the indication that your kid can choose whichever ones they want to do in whatever order. They can't do their laters until they're done with their nows, but they can do their nows in any order. Now, if for some reason you care about the order in which the nows are done, put them in that order and don't put bullets, put numbers. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and so forth. But just a helpful hint, unless you have a real good reason for the order in which they're to do these, just put the bullets. Give them that control so they can feel good about choosing the things that they'd most rather do first. Now, as they get them done, they have a spot that is designed to just be a checklist. We all know that feeling of that good feeling of being able to check things off, that we're done with those things. If they'd rather cross it out, great. My daughter, because she has been trained like a robot to do standardized tests, she fills in every inch of each square. Not sure how I feel about that. But once she's done with her nows, she can do her laters. So this is word for word what her nows and laters looked like yesterday. So she had, now these should be chores and academic requirements. So clean basement is one of the now activities. Clear stairway. She had some things on the stairway that she left. Math test prep. That's something that was given to us in our giant packet from the school, where she has to do one math test prep packet. Add 3 writing elements. Now that's something that she's been doing a narrative writing assignment since before the COVID-19 virus, and she is done with her rough draft, except for we asked her to add 3 different writing elements to it. She's to read Time for Kids and answer a question that we gave her. And she's supposed to do poop patrol. That needs to be explained. Poop patrol is what we call when she has to go out every day and clean up after the dog in the backyard. Why does she have to do that? Because I don't want to. So once she's done with all of these things, she can do her laters. What are her laters? Well, she loves to listen to audiobooks, so that's one of them. Read, play inside, play outside, and her mystery later. So her mystery later, what is it going to be? I don't know. It's a mystery. Where I know. She just doesn't know. We'll talk about that in a bit. It's going to be something really cool, by the way, and it teaches the important lesson that not only are you able to do things you'd rather do when you get done with the things you have to do, if really cool, awesome things come up and you're done with everything you're supposed to do, you can do that thing. If you're not done with all of these things, you can't. Right? So that will systematically, through the procedure, it will train your kids to work harder and harder, because it'll train them the real world lesson that the harder you work, the better your life becomes. Right? So our mystery later yesterday happened to be get fake nails. My wife had these glittery nails that were press-on nails that my daughter, she chose. She said, we put that up there. We wrote that in. She said, oh yeah, we'll do that. And she was able to do that. And they lasted for about an hour. But still, she loved doing that. It was a really cool thing. All right. The laters, she doesn't have to do all of the laters. If she's obsessed with audiobooks, so she may want to just listen to audiobooks. She may want to just read. She may only want to play outside. She may want to read outside. She can mix and match. Once she's done with these, she can do all of this. So you can do this in so many different ways. If you are the type of parent, kind of like me, who likes to have all of the things that they're going to do, you could write out a separate schedule for every day. Breakfast, workshop, lunch, workshop, go to the park, workshop, dinner. Or you could do whatever you want to do, and just whenever you want your kid to be in workshop, you can just say, all right, guys, you are in workshop. And then they have to do their nows, and then they can do their laters. All right? This is the way the world really works. This is how work really works in the real world. The procedure itself trains kids the lesson that the harder you work, the better your life becomes. Instead of getting into power struggles, telling kids to do work. So your kids, when they're on their nows, have 2 choices. They can do their nows, or they can stare off into space and drool. That's fine. They're just not allowed to get to their laters. So if your kid happens to go and say, listen to audiobooks is one of your child's laters, and they just skip all of their nows or some of their nows and go do their laters, don't say anything to them. Just walk into the room, be sad, say, oh, dear, and then unplug the stereo system, put it away for several weeks. That's what I would do. She's going to care about that, but I don't. That's not going to be able to be a later for a long time, for several weeks, or for one day, depending on what you want to do. So another thing, a lot of times people will ask me, well, what about technology? What role does technology play in this? Well, if there's something that you want your kid to do as a now, doing something on a tablet or computer could be one activity that has an ending point. That can be a now. If you want to put play on tablet as a later, you can have it as a later. If you want to have play on tablet as a mystery later, as a special treat, you can do that. If you think my child will never, ever, ever play on a tablet because it's bad for their brain, just don't put it up here. This has nothing, you create these things according to what you want to have done and what your value structure is for you and your family. All right? Your value structure is none of my business. You do whatever is best for your family. So the idea is that this trains your kid to work hard, to not be lazy, and to get things done. So I hope that this is helpful. We sort of did this impromptu, and I probably missed a bunch of stuff. Please, in the comments, ask me questions. I will answer them personally, right? If you think this is helpful, let me know. If you think it's helpful for somebody else, share it with them, all right? This is just my small way of helping out during a crisis. I hope that it can be helpful for you and other families all around the world. So I thank you for your time, and we're going to get through this together. Thanks.